Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is set for 3 rounds in the APFC Featherweight division. And a special thank you to the Hammond Police Department. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, official weight 145 pounds. He comes in tonight making his debut from Chicago, Illinois, Pernevlon Sheppard. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, official weight 145 pounds. He also comes in tonight making his debut from DeKalb, Illinois, Calebb Walls. And your referee in charge is Rob Madrigal.
Madrigal, one of the best in the business. His first assignment of the night here at APFC X. P. Weezy versus Calebb Walls. Debut on both sides. High wrestling expectation from both. This fight brought to you by F3 Energy. Once again, we've got that orthodox and southpaw.
Both of these guys taking the center of the cage right away. Neither one of them wants to give an inch. We see Sheppard bouncing in and out. Walls seems to be more stagnant in his stance.
Calebb Wall really trying to stay at range, but Sheppard gives him no chance. Just rips him down to the canvas.
Beautiful takedown there. Now he's in great position to just be on top. One thing I like already from Sheppard is his head position when he's on top. He's keeping his head in his chest over his opponent. Now, one thing I know as a wrestlers, where do we hate to be? On our back. So we're going to see if Wall's going to be able to get back up here, and he does.
Calebb Wall got cracked on the way up, but eyes are clear. Now he's pushing on P. Weezy.
Sheppard was looking for that big right hand and followed up with that shot to get the first takedown. I think that's going to be his game plan so far. He's just pressuring forward, looking for the right hand, looking for a leg attack afterwards.
A lot of hip feints from Calebb Walls. Seems like he's trying to anticipate. Oh, P. Weezy!
Beautiful head kick by Walls. However, he got a little too overzealous and came in just a little too hard. Sheppard, being a wrestler, just changed levels, got right back to the leg position and that leg attack, and now he's in good position to work from here. Possibly go Darcy. He has that bottom leg hooked, which is going to keep Walls attached to him, so he's not going to pop right back up like we saw last time.
90 seconds left on the clock. If there's one guy I don't want on top of me, it's a 3-time NCAA D2 qualifier, David.
Very much so. I mean, wrestlers are known for not only maintaining position, but ground and pound. And if Sheppard is anything like I think, he's going to be looking to put some damage on his opponent as he just did.
Calebb Walls valiantly getting back to the feet, now trying to address the lock around the ribs.
Walls doing a good job getting his back to the cage here and getting hand control. He's not being super explosive, looking for his way out. You know, slowly but surely being methodical, and that's the only way you're going to get away from an experienced wrestler. You can't skip over pennies trying to get a dime.
Huge mouse on the left side of Calebb Walls' face, courtesy of some of those P. Weezy attacks. I mean, that power for P. Weezy.
For sure, man. I think that power coming in with that big right hand and following up and trailing his legs with the shot, I mean, it's working for him so far. 30 seconds here in the round, I'm going to have to lean, you know, on Sheppard. You know, even right now, it doesn't seem like he's doing a lot. Good head position, good head control of Walls, has his back against the cage. He's putting points in the bag right now.
Wayward knee led to some progress right there. Now Sheppard pounding away. 15 seconds to go. He's getting maybe a little overzealous as well.
I mean, he just pressure. I mean, a fight like this, he's probably been amping himself up for this fight for the longest. Knowing his opponent has the same pedigree as him, that just probably made him feel like he has to raise his performance just that much more.
Calebb Walls cracked in this one, but still very much here. Pernevlon P. Weezy Sheppard looking as impressive as expected. David Evans, walk us through the replays from round 1.
In the battle of the wrestlers, Sheppard's pressure has seemed to just overwhelm Walls a little bit. Walls had a moment, landed a huge head kick. However, Sheppard stayed calm, stayed cool, stayed collected, and got back to what brought him to the game here, that nice double leg. And not only getting the takedown, but solidifying and tying up the position when he gets there. I'm going to have to go 1-0 Sheppard right now.
I agree with you, David. And the question becomes, if Calebb Walls can find himself in a similar position, will he maintain that discipline? Will he maintain the composure to not rush in the pocket?
Now, we talked about composures. We said that with Walls as he was walking out. Now I think he needs to put his foot on the gas just a little bit. Sheppard, I don't think Sheppard is much better than him as far as skills are concerned. He's just pulling the trigger every time, and Walls is getting caught watching.
And when you pull the trigger in your P-Weezy, it's a 50 caliber shot.
That 50 cal, I'm about to spit a hot 16 right now.
Rob Madrigal gets us going for round 2. Caleb Walls still fainting, eats some big shots from P-Weezy.
Walls did a good job of taking the center there. However, he caught some heat with that right hand, and now he's back with his back against the cage.
Oh, big slam from Pernevlon. That had decorated collegiate experience written all over it.
Big scoop with the single there by Sheppard. Landed in half guard. However, Walls doing a good job getting his left knee on the inside there. Maybe wants to solidify a half guard here. But like I said earlier, wrestlers generally aren't comfortable on their back. So as I look at Walls, I'm not really seeing him attack from his back. And when I say attack, I don't just mean punching and striking. I mean getting your feet in the right place on your opponent's hips to create space. Getting your hips off of your opponent's center line, even when you're in your back. He needs to think about and train those things going forward. So when he's in these positions, he can still be in the fight. Right now, Sheppard is in a good position right here.
Walls trying to engage all of the limbs at his disposal. Now letting loose a little bit.
Walls he's doing a better job being a little active on the bottom here. Maybe look for him to transition to that arm bar. His hips are kind of off to the side. He needs to get just a little bit more. Sheppard, I don't know if Sheppard sees it coming or he's just comfortable where his pressure's at. Walls doing a great job with that left hand, scooping under the left foot of Sheppard. And what you'll see there, if Sheppard gets that arm bar, he's going to look to rock and try to knock Sheppard off balance.
90-second left on the clock in round number 2. Debuts on both sides. P-Weezy backs up momentarily. Caleb Walls back to his feet, but eats some shots for his troubles.
Walls was looking for that arm bar. Sheppard was like, I don't want none of that. Just let's get back to our feet. I think Sheppard's so comfortable with his takedown at this point in the fight. He's comfortable on his feet now. He knows he can pressure. He knows he can sit back. As we saw when Walls landed that kick earlier, you know, Sheppard is great at changing levels and looking for his leg attack.
Oh, big leg kick right there from Caleb Walls gets Sheppard backing up. Under a minute to go, and Caleb Walls putting the pressure on.
Walls doing a great job of taking control of the real estate, keeping that lead hand out there to gauge the distance, but moving forward, which is what I said he needed to do. He was getting caught looking a lot, but he's pressuring now, and that's going to open more windows for him to be successful.
Another big kick from Caleb Walls. You know, he has been grounded several times, but the confidence has not left this young man at all.
One thing in wrestling, I think that's why it's one of the better sports, is you have to develop a short-term memory. You have wrestling tournaments where you wrestle 4 or 5 times in a night. If you lose, you still have to perform, and that's what we're seeing Walls doing. He's going back to that mental programming, and he's still in the fight.
I guess I should have been a wrestler with my memory. There's a takedown from Sheppard. Seemed like he was getting a little uncomfortable with being touched up on the feet.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, Walls put the fire on him. He said, hey, you've been putting my back against the wall. Let me see how you feel when your back's against the wall. And Sheppard answered that call, got the takedown, and got on top, and finished the fight in a good, finished the round in a good position.
Walls and Sheppard extends themselves to the 3rd frame. Let's take a quick look at a replay from round number 2, brought to you by F3 Energy, David.
Here we have that big scoop slam there by Sheppard. He must have had a little F3 before this fight, man, because he continued to work there, landed inside guard, and continued to work and just dominate positionally. However, Walls came back and was pressuring, moving forward, and that opened a lot up for him, and he just needs to continue that. I think I still want to go Sheppard for the last round, but that could be a toss-up. I think this is anyone's fight going into this 3rd round. So.
You know, David, right after that leg kick landed, Caleb Walls was looking for the old Chris Weidman on the,
the double eye poke.
The
double eye poke. As the old saying goes, it's not what you saw, it's what you can prove in court. If the ref didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Amen. Rob Madrigal gets us set for our 3rd and final round. Both guys debuting, but looking like seasoned competitors. DeKalb, Illinois, Caleb Walls, and Chicago, Illinois, Pernevlon Sheppard.
One thing I'm liking from Sheppard right away is he's throwing that jab out there. He landed that big right hand.
Calebb Walls with a wayward takedown attempt ends up on his back, and Sheppard just plants him on the cage.
Whenever you shoot, man, the first principle is wherever the head goes, the body follows. Whenever you shoot, you want your head up, your chest up, and your butt down. When you shoot with your head over your hips like that, your head's down, you're going to go down. And now Walls is in a bad position, and Sheppard's in a great position here, looking for the front headlock. Maybe look for him to transition and try to spin around the back of Walls here. Put his what Sheppard needs to do here is bounce Walls and get Walls to get his weight on his hands. And once he does that, Sheppard will be able to transition, and we won't be in a stalemate like we are now.
Calebb Walls trained for this at United Elite MMA. Was really happy with how the camp went. Both guys' cardio is looking pretty fantastic here early in the third.
Yeah, I haven't seen any guy just look winded right now. They both seem focused and confident, you know, in their cardio, and it's carrying them into this last stanza of the fight.
Less than 2 minutes to go, and P. Weezy is locked on it, but Calebb Walls with a gutsy effort to get back to the feet.
Walls looking for that arm drag. However, they're both a little bit slippery, a little bit wet, so it was to no avail. And Sheppard just making the adjustment, continuing the pressure, continuing the hand control. He's doing a great job with that right hand underhook. Keeping it high is going to keep Walls back pinned to the cage, excuse me. And right here, Sheppard can really just kind of hang out. He's done a lot of work in this fight. I don't want him to get in the mindset that he has to force a finish or force anything.
Oh, Calebb Walls with another knee, but Sheppard taking the opportunity to dive in. With 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, if I'm Calebb Walls, I have to make some exclamation points.
You have to fight. If you're Walls at this point with 60 seconds in the fight, you need to throw out everything. Throw out the technique. You need to get your back off the cage. It doesn't matter how, just do it. He just needs to take the initiative to be where he's not right now. And I think he's just a little bit comfortable in this position with Sheppard. And he may think that he's fighting, but however, every second that goes by is another point that Sheppard is putting in his pocket.
You know, we've talked a lot about Mike Tyson tonight. I don't want to be the one to say it, but Pernevlon Sheppard's ear is right there, David.
You know what, Bane? I'm so glad you're not a quarterman right now, because the liability insurance would be through the roof.
30 seconds to go in this third and final round. Calebb Walls has been just cloistered to the cage. Pernevlon Sheppard looking in charge.
Doing a good job right now with that body lock. He was looking to scoop and maybe just body lock his opponent to the ground.
Final 10 seconds. P. Weezy. Oh, roll right there from Calebb Walls, but too little too late, David.
Too little too late. I mean, he has the right mindset, as I said earlier. Just moving, putting yourself in a position to win. It doesn't always have to be pretty. That was a pretty roll, however, and it got him in a better position. If we saw a little bit of that a little sooner, I think this fight would have been a lot more competitive.
I almost want 2 more rounds of this. I mean, these guys are absolutely high technical fighters. Let's take a look at the replay from round number 3. Full fight.
That beautiful head kick there by Walls. Sheppard was able to get his hands up, but still did damage there. However, Sheppard made the adjustments and was looking for his leg attacks throughout the entire fight. Speaking of leg attacks, that big scoop slam there, Sheppard lands into side control. And that was pretty much the story of this fight. Walls pressuring, Sheppard making the adjustments, getting to the legs. Little worried to Chris Weidman right there. However, didn't fade Sheppard. He stuck to his game plan.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was really impressed with both guys' abilities. I mean, when you think of an amateur debut, the level of fighting that we just saw probably isn't what you'd expect.
That was definitely a pro caliber fight, and I think that's a testament to the training that both of these guys did to prepare.
Looks like the judges have added it all up. We send it inside to handsome Michael Hansen to find out the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. The judges scored the contest 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Pernevlon Sheppard.
P. Weezy gets it done on the scorecards. Now undefeated Chicago, Illinois. Your man's in charge. Calebb Walls, I think a lot to be impressed about, though. I mean, this was a great performance from him.
He has a lot to build off of from that performance. Like I said, I think his opponent just took the initiative a little bit more.